anything you need to kind of arrive in your space. I'm going to do the same, hanging in a forward fold. So give yourself a few minutes, not minutes, I guess, give yourself a few breaths to settle into your body. Any movements that might feel good for this mid-morning. And as you do, just focus on bringing the breath into your space. So as you move, kind of transitioning just from moving like we do so much throughout the day to moving into your sacred space of yoga, where we tie our breath with movement and we bring that element of mindfulness into our space. That we might add more mindful moments throughout our day. And after some movements, maybe finding just a little bit of stillness. And there's no rush, but to kind of signal to the brain that this is the start of our yoga practice. Maybe standing, or I guess sitting or standing, as upright as you can. And notice how that feels on the ribs and on those muscles between the ribs. When you try to create space just by lengthening the spine. So ground those sits bones and feel the space from the hips to the armpits. I talk about the armpits a lot, but you know, there's a lot going on under there. There's lymphatic, a lot of lymph nodes get stuck there. That's a home for many. And you know, as we stretch out the armpits, it stretches out the side body, it stretches out that back of the arm, and also into the back body and into that pec major and minor. So imagine lengthening from the hips, creating space from the hips to the armpits. And then as we kind of lift through the shoulders, we're just kind of activating the shoulder in the back, but because we're not hunching the shoulders into the ears, but we're sitting tall and create space from the top of the traps to that chin, that neck. So just notice that back feeling long and tall, maybe straighter than normal. Maybe the pelvis is slightly tucked so that low back has a little less curve than we might naturally have. Let's arrive here and we'll ground here. Letting this connection to breath be that ritual, that signal to the brain, the body, that we're entering into our yoga space, mindful movement, awareness. We feel the breath fill the low belly, and the low back. Maybe the next breath, you notice the low belly and the low back, but you also feel the upper chest and the upper back expanding. Maybe your next inhale, you notice the entire front of the body, back of the body, and the sides of the body. Maybe let those elbows kind of dangle, but keep the back straight. Keep the awareness inward. And our affirmation that we're going to tie into our Utktasana today is, with balanced personal power and self-esteem, I embrace challenges as opportunities. With balanced personal power and self-esteem, I embrace challenges as opportunities. Draw in another mindful breath. And exhale, feel it flow down the back of the body. And then maybe gently blink the eyes open, bring those hands to the knees, and let's do a seated cat-cow. So that back that we had so straight, let's now tilt the pelvis. So feel those sits bones maybe come off the floor as we bring the belly forward, the upper back. And now round those shoulders that we kept out of the ears, round and forward, upper back round. And then inhale, finding that seated cow. Exhale, rounding the cat. Let's do that again, finding our seated cow. Round into cat. And now inhale back up to a flat back. Let's keep those hands on the knees and pull the hands into the knees, push the hands, or the knees into the hands. Feel the kind of those traps we talked about earlier, feel them, maybe respond. And then almost pull that chest forward. Maybe feel the muscles in that upper back, above the scapula respond. Low back is active too. So we're pulling the hands into the knees, pressing the knees into the hands, and then releasing the effort. Rest the hands, let the elbows dangle, breathe in. Now exhale, bring our arms out like a T. And if it feels okay, bring them into cactus or just bring them up beside the head. Now we're going to tilt that pelvis forward so the fronts of the hips kind of come up. So feel the sits bones ground. And now let's round and see those sits bones kind of come off as we make a little hollow in that low back. And now tilt the pelvis so the sits bones come down, hips kind of come up. And now do that again. Low back, little curve. And then do it again, tilt the pelvis forward. And then rock it back, arms are still high. Or in that cactus. Now last time, let's ground those sits bones to find a flat back, neutral-ish spine. Bring the hands out like a goalpost. And then bring the hands out, palms to the ground. Bring the right hand down, left arm reaches up overhead. Press the right hand into the floor, left arm coming over. Side body stretch. And now exhale, bring that left hand down to the floor. Right arm reaches up and over. Nice, guys. Ground the right sits bones. We reach those right fingertips to the sky. And now exhale, bring the arms out, reaching through the fingertips, palms down. Now bring the hands forward, palms shine one towards another. Nice. Now flip the thumbs down, hands out. Feel the opening in the elbow crease, right? And now bring that thumbs back up to the sky. We're just gonna do that a couple more times. Relax the shoulders. Thumbs go down, palms out. Exhale, thumbs come up. Breathe in. Exhale, rotate those thumbs down. Now pause here. And if you are swimming through your space, bring the arms out to the side. Thumbs are still down. And now flip those thumbs to sky. Let's inhale, bring them up to the side of the ear. And then float them down in front. Just let them go easily down. Now let's roll the neck. One direction and then the next. Maybe roll the shoulders. Let out a sigh, and then when you're ready, we'll ground in our Utktasana. So stepping up to the front of the mat. And when you get to that Utktasana, offering any wiggles or movements that you need to ground into that space. Grounding the heels, grounding the big toe pad, that outer side of the pinky edge of the foot. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, maybe a slight back bend, hips come forward, arms up and back. And then exhale, fold forward, Utktasana. And now inhale to sweep the arms up beside the ears. Let's sit in our Utktasana. Hands to the heart space, maybe out to the side, thumbs up or down, depending on how you want to rotate the shoulders. And now tuck that pelvis so that low back doesn't have the cat or the cow bend. No cow bend. So tuck the pelvis, the tops of the legs might feel a little fiery. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Say to yourself or out loud with balanced personal power and self-esteem. I embrace challenges as opportunities. Breathe in. Exhale, ground the right foot, step the left foot back, lower that left knee, bring the arms up to the side of the head or maybe to the hips. Deep breath in. And then exhale, bring those hands down. A little variation of our sun salutation. Let's step the right foot back, finding Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now here, bring those heels to the ground if that's in your anatomy. If not, just reach those heels as close as you can. Maybe bring the hands out wide. Now feel those lungs expand as that chest has space with wide hands. And we have gravity here. Imagine those lungs kind of moving and getting a stretch. Breathe in. Exhale. Now bring those hands maybe a little closer together. Maybe your normal downward facing dog. We'll drop the knees down, the chin and the chest. Utktasana, 8-point pose. And then we'll inhale. Let's bring those low ribs to the ground, legs to the ground. Maybe cobra, inhale. Exhale, press into the floor and lift back up to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feel those lungs expand. Let's focus on the lungs in our downward facing dog today, creating space, bringing ease to the breath. Expansion between each rib. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, bring that left foot forward between the hands. Lower the right knee down. Any variation with the arms as you lift those hips and the shoulders up. Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Breathe in. Now exhale, let's curl the toes of that right foot under. Lift the right knee up. You might want to bring your arms out if they're on the hips now as we balance to step forward into Utktasana. Ground the right foot, ground both feet. Tuck that pelvis, fire up those hip flexors, the legs. Any variation with the arms. And then say to yourself or out loud, with balance, personal power, and self-esteem, I embrace challenges as opportunities. Exhale, fold it forward, Utktasana, let it go. Open at the backs of the legs. Maybe you feel those lungs. Notice where the lungs are as we fold. Bend the knees, rise all the way up. Maybe you offer a Pranayama, that's the hips forward, a slight back bend. And then exhale, finding Tadasana. Let the breath go. One more time on the other side. We inhale, bring the arms up to sky. Exhale, let's fold forward. And now from our Uttanasana, sweep the hands up, drop those hips, fire up the tops of the legs with that pelvic tilt. Nice, guys. Breathe in. Exhale, bring hands to the heart. We'll ground the left foot first this time. Stepping the right foot back, lower that right knee. Anjaneyasana. You can press the top of that right foot into the floor and feel those hip flexors respond. Or you can be a little bit more easeful on the top of that back foot and let the hip flexors relax. Let's breathe in. And then exhale, frame the foot, step it back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Where's your breath? Where are your lungs and space right now? Breathing in and out. Feel that personal power, feel that self-esteem. Now here, ground the left foot or left hand. Bring the right foot towards that, or the right hand towards that left knee. Maybe you dip that right shoulder down and kind of look underneath that left arm. Kind of a gentle twist or just crossing and finding some balance here. And then exhale to lower that right hand. Ground the right hand, keep those feet steady. And then bring that left hand towards that right knee. And then maybe you kind of look underneath the right arm, twisting just a little, getting some balance here. Breathe in. And then exhale, ground that left hand, lower down the knees, the chest and the chin, Ashtangasana. And then when you're ready, find your baby cobra. Maybe you come into full cobra, but let that heart shine forward. Tops of the feet can press down. Hands can really press down, and you lift the heart with that active back body. Lower those elbows dangle. Lower the shoulders. And then exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing in and out. This time finding some balance in our downward facing dog by bringing that right leg to sky. Three-legged downward facing dog. Let's breathe in. Now exhale, ground that right hand, ground the left foot. Maybe we hover that left hand off the floor. Right foot high, left hand hovers. And then lower the left hand, lower the right foot. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Let's find some balance. Lower that right hand, lower the left, grounding into the hands. Ground into that right foot. And now when you're ready, send that left leg to sky. Notice where the weight is in the hands. Let's ground into that left hand. Now let's lift that right hand hovered over the ground. What a new experience, right? Maybe that left arm is shaking. Finding balance, personal power, and self-esteem. Lower the right hand. Lower the left. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee. And then rise up or stay hovered. Breathing in and out. Nice, guys. Breathe in. Exhale, curl the toes of the left foot under. We're going to rise up, lifting that left knee. Shift the weight forward into that right foot. Step the left foot to meet the right. Tuck the pelvis, fire up those hip flexors. Lift the arms up or to the side or to the heart. Utktasana. With balance, personal power, and self-esteem, I embrace challenges as opportunities. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, bend the knees and rise all the way to stand. Maybe a slight back bend at the top if that serves you. And then exhale, let the hands come down, the heart shines forward. Feel the lungs in space. Feel the lungs in the body. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, sit back in your Utktasana. Breathe in. Maybe you say that mantra to yourself or out loud with balance, personal power, and self-esteem. I embrace challenges as opportunities. Let's ground the left foot, lift the right foot off the ground, and now extend that right leg forward. Maybe the hands reach towards the shin, the calf, or the knee, hovering that right leg. And now sweep the right leg back, ground the ball of the right foot, lift the arms up to sky. And now exhale, fold forward, ground the right hand, lift the left hand to sky. Pavrita Parsva Konasana. Nice, guys, breathe in. Breathe out. Now exhale, keep that hand high, but step the right foot forward just a little bit. We'll straighten that front leg. Find our revolve triangle, breathe in. The left leg is straight, the left arm reaches the sky. Inhale. Now exhale, sweep that left hand down, so we're framing that foot. Let the hands hover over the calf, maybe lifting the shoulders and the heart to find a flat back. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose, breathe in. Now exhale, bring the hands down towards the foot, move the block out of the way if you need to. Pivot the feet towards the long edge. Let's pause here in a wide-legged forward fold. Exhale, let the crown of the head come parallel with the ground. And now let's bend the knees, bring the heels in, heel toe the feet together, drop that booty down, Malasana. Nice, inhale. Let's press those hands together. Press the elbows into the knees. Guys, notice the lungs. Feel your lungs fill with air in this shape. And now exhale, let's bring the hands to the floor. Maybe you come into crow pose just for a few breaths. Maybe you bring those hands down and you come on the balls of the feet and you fold forward in your forward fold, but the heels are lifted in your forward fold. So maybe you want to give some love to your arm muscles today and crow. Maybe you want to open the backs of those hammies with a forward fold on the balls of the feet. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And let's meet in Malasana. Really nice, guys. Press those elbows into the knees. Lift the heart, notice the lungs. And now let's exhale, bring those hands to the ground just so we can kind of pivot towards the opposite, towards the right. So the opposite way that we just came from. Bring that right foot down and then bring that left knee kind of towards the front of the mat. Bring the left heel down and we'll find our pyramid pose. Right foot forward or towards the short edge. Left foot towards the long edge and we'll bow over that long right leg. Utktasana. Breathe in and out. Now let's bend that knee. And then bring the left hand down and reach the right arm to sky. Coming into our revolved triangle on the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Bend the right knee. Step the left foot back, finding your crescent lunge setup. And then kick that left hand down and reach the right arm to sky. Utktasana. Notice the lungs, maybe as you kind of twist that torso. And then exhale, bring that right hand down from the foot. Bring the weight into that right foot, step the left foot forward. And then let's sit down in our chair. Rolling shoulders back. Maybe let the elbows dangle. And then bring the arms into whatever position that is right for you. In and out. And in and out. With balanced personal power and self-esteem, I embrace challenges as opportunities. Let's drop the hands down. Keep our chair position. Fingertips reach for the floor. Crown of the head, reaching maybe at that angle wherever you've got that back. Breathe in. And now let's rise up to mountain pose, lifting the shoulders, the chest. Maybe shine those palms forward, step the feet apart or keep them together. Tadasana. Nice, guys. Notice where that prana is in the body. Where did you naturally want to go in your mountain pose? Did you sway a little bit? Did you rock side to side? Breathe in. And now exhale, bend the knees, reach up for sky. Exhale, fold forward. Now sit that chair back with the arms. And then we ground that right foot and send that left leg in front. Grounding into that right foot. That left leg is flexed towards the face. All the feels, all the sensations. Any variation with the heart, breathe in. And now exhale, let's bring that leg back, all the way back, the heart parallel with the floor, the heel reaching towards the opposite short edge of the mat. Maybe finding something of a resemblance of Virabhadrasana 3. Let's inhale. And now exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Reach that left toe to the sky. Maybe the right hand comes towards that ankle, or maybe the right hand grounds, and that left hand comes to the ankle. Our standing splits. Maybe we're just on one foot. Maybe we've got our hands to support us. Let's breathe in. Exhale, bend the knee. Place the hands down. Step that left foot back. So we have our crescent base. Lift the arms to sky. Exhale, straighten that leg. Bring the arms to the hands to the hips. Pivot towards that long edge of the mat. We're going to exhale to fold forward. Utktasana. Ground the hands with the crown of the head. Come parallel with the floor. Maybe you bring your feet super duper wide and you bring that crown of the head to touch the floor. Maybe a headstand or tripod headstand is in your practice. You can bring that into your space here. Otherwise, just let the arms are in space. Exhale. Let's heel toe our feet together. If they're super wide, slowly lift the back up halfway. And then exhale, come all the way up. Pivot those feet towards the short edge of the mat, finding that crescent setup. Left leg is forward, right leg is back. Now exhale to hinge. And then we'll lift up into maybe a Virabhadrasana 3. Any variation with those arms, the right heel reaching back, the crown of the head reaching forward. When you're ready, sweep those hands towards the ground. Maybe that toe, if you point it reaches high to the sky. And now maybe you want to explore by bringing one hand towards that ankle. Maybe you want to bring the other hand towards that ankle, that grounded foot. Maybe you want to try one at a time. Knowing that it's completely normal for that foot to wobble and that ankle and leg to wobble, because that's what the ankle was designed to do. Unless you've got a bunch of pins to hold that ankle in place, it's going to wobble around to find that balance. Let's breathe in. And now exhale, bend that left knee, step our right foot to ground. Now ground the hands, step our left foot back, find our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's feel into our lungs again. Maybe feel into those armpits. Now let's lower down those knees. Bring the hands forward, dropping the heart, Utktasana. Maybe your forearms touch the ground, or they're lifted. Now let's lower down the elbows, bring the front of the body up all the way to the floor. Lifting the heart, grounding the elbows, grounding the palms, coming into Shalamba Bhujangasana, our Sphinx pose. Press the pubic bone down, the tops of the thighs, tops of the feet. Maybe you close your eyes in this Sphinx. Now exhale, send the hips back, place the hands down, finding a child's pose. Letting go. Bring those hips up. Make your way to your back. Maybe rolling to one side and pausing. On one side, maybe lying on your arm. And coming to the back. You get to your back. Send our legs to the sky. Arms out like a T. Flex the feet towards the face. Good, on an exhale, let's reach that right hand towards the left toes. And then maybe begin to lower that right foot down, the right leg down with control. So the left leg is flexed to the face, the right hand reaching for the left foot, and that right leg is going to the floor. I've lifted my shoulder blades and my head off the ground. You can do that or keep the head down. And now let's exhale, bring that right leg back up to sky. Keep that low back engaged. The right hand still reaching for that left foot. And now when that right foot gets towards the right side of the left foot, bring the right hand down. Lower the head, lower the back. Now exhale, reach that left hand towards the right foot. And now with control, lower that left leg down. Low back towards the ground. Core is active. You can keep the low back or the upper back on the ground or lifted. Lower the left foot down. When it gets to the ground, pause. And now bring that left hand out to the side. On an exhale, lower the right leg all the way down. And bend the knee if you want to on the way. And then Shavasana. Notice where your lungs are in your body. Maybe you feel them and then let them relax, letting your entire body relax. Integrating, balancing your personal power with your self-esteem. So as to embrace challenges as opportunities. Remaining steadfast through all these challenges that we've had over the past however long it's been. Continuing to create opportunities from them. Giving ourselves permission to admit or even name if we're tired. Giving ourselves time to feel what we need to feel, but knowing that we have that personal power and we have that self-esteem. And when we're ready, we can press on. Knowing it's okay to take a break, to refuel. Give yourselves as many more breaths in Shavasana as your morning allows. When you're ready, you can roll to one side or hug knees in. Yeah, nice job, guys. Maybe notice where the lungs are in your seated position. Let those elbows dangle. Maybe bring that into your work day to day, letting the elbows dangle. I'm just going to notice, if you keep that in mind, those shoulders and those shoulder blades automatically kind of drop. Such an honor to practice with all of you today. Let's exhale. And inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Namaste.